that is possible. But it will still be a bit not that great lane for her. Might see her trying to roam around earlier because of that also, as we have in the meantime Voider. He's just free farming top, he's having a good time. He's still behind on Luna though, has to be said. Not that far, only one last hit, which he's gonna catch up right now again as well. But he is free farming, and that also means that Koikva and Sar are gonna have some time to also deny those lanes, to keep the lanes in check, keep the lanes pushed towards Voider's tower, and they will try to get some experience in the jungle, so that will be good. And we can of course compare them to the supports of mouz Sports, as we have Kuroki level 2, Alex still level 1, and they're looking for a gank. They've got a Centaur with them, they need an ice path to set things up, and then the Centaur can walk into stun. They need the Sentry Ward place as well. Now Barbar, there's a losing beam, ice path still gonna hit him. Where's the Sentry Ward? They need a Sentry Ward, stun is still gonna hit, but no Sentry Ward. Where is the Sentry Ward? It is down somewhere. Oh, he used it. He used it to counter ward the ward that was there. Ah, that is not good. There's of course too much well, there is a couple of disabled, not enough disabled to shut him down long enough for him to take down. And he's of course also got a shield, but we do have of course that push that we knew that was gonna come in with the Luna, with the Lunar Blessing being skilled up max. Enchantress of course able to come up to the jungle very early with those creeps to help push down this tower, and this will be a very fast tower. It might not go down in this push just yet, but if it's not this push, then it will be the next. So it will be very close. In the meantime, we have mid lane. Skewer away, blink away, shockwave still hits. RMM has to be careful. Tower still hitting. Does not have any bottle charge left, but will be able to stay alive. Fada also going very low, but also use the bottle charge and will be able to stay alive. As indeed the bottom tower still goes down. And let's see if KP, they have decided to push as well. They realize, okay, if you're gonna take towers, then we have got to take towers as well, because we don't want to give you that gold advantage that you otherwise have. So we're going to see them probably trying to take a tower as well, though we have got Puss moving towards the top lane, trying to maybe do something, land a shockwave, delay the tower from going down. But it's going to be tricky, as he's now being spotted out. It's daylight, of course, I did see him. That's our man, he has not been back yet. Fada, same story, and they're just sticking around, they're sending their bottles back and just hoping to stay alive long enough for their bottles to get back and to heal up again. As for Fada, that's already succeeding, of course. Courier for Arnhem is still on the way. Arnhem, sorry, said the letters wrong. So we have Puss level 2 still, of course, like I said, can compare him to the supports of the other team. There goes a stun, there's gonna be a soul catcher, gonna land on the creep though. Telekinesis still there, right clicks to go. Can they get him? Skewer is on cooldown, one more hit needed, and it will be the first blood, and it is Sarah that picks up the kill, so the kill goes to the Shadow Demon, who will be able to pick up boots. They might not get the tower straight away, but they get the first blood, and that is worth it. For sure, and Puss set down by levels. At the same time, I mean, it's not that bad to set him back by levels. At some point he will get level 6 and he'll still have that big impact on the game. But it is not ideal to give that away, of course. The tower will still go down here as well either, so it's going to take some tower hits for it. It's actually, yeah, there we go. Got to be able to get the last hit for that as well. 1500 gold up on him. He has a salve still, so he's still fine. The pulse comes up from KP as Char needs a moment to well, to ponder what he's going to do with his gold, perhaps. He doesn't have it anymore, actually. He did buy boots, so that's going to be that. Fada, in the meantime, of course. He's 19 for 3 in this mid lane. His last hits are still a bit on the same level as the Queen of Pain, who still does not have her bottle. Still on her way. Well, actually, wow. She used her bottle and is still so low and already sends it back. And no more mana, not even for blinks. So Fada getting the control over the lane, at least for now. So we're going to see if she's going to give away the advantage that she has in the last hits as well. It could of course be the case, as we might see now that the towers are down, we might see some rotation here also from the supports to make sure that, I mean, Sven is going to be okay by himself right now, and they don't want to be giving Puss more experience than he's already getting. So a rotation would not be bad, as we also see the rotation from Kuroki, and he has got of course a Troll Warlord with the Skeleton Warriors. Those actually do quite a bit of damage. Yes, they're super squishy, but the damage that they do is very decent, and they will be going here. They will be getting ganked though. Here comes Star as well. It's quite by disruption already up on Kuroki. Soul Catcher on there as well. No, it latches on the range creep, and they cannot get it. Queen of Pain screaming in there, not hitting anything. Now Collab goes on Fada, TP out from RMM. Split is there, and he cannot TP out because he gets stunned, and Fada pick up the kill. Bounty Hunter not level 6 yet, cannot do that much just yet, as Star now being forced back away as well, but there's the stun, and they should be Star going down as well. One more hit needed, Fire Panda chasing him down, stick charge is being used, able to stay alive. Now Fada has to be Careful, gets put in the disruption. Skewer misses Tsar. Might still be Shockwave, able to pick him up. Yes, he is. Telekinesis of Fada. Kill out there as well. Dual breath as well from Jakiro on the side. It might be getting a double kill. That's one. Is it going to be two? Plus, he's going to get a double kill with that one. Indeed, he does. And Jakiro still goes down because Wall Eater comes in. And this should be the end of the fight, I was gonna say, but Pa's still here. He doesn't have a score for another 7 seconds. I don't think Queen of Pain can do anything still here, and Kuroki being around here as well. He actually stacked stats rather than going for a heal or anything else. Got level 2 enchants and stats as a secondary, just to make sure he's a bit more survivable, and it worked out. He was able to survive, of course, also due to the soul catcher not catching on the right hero. But 4 for 3 on mouse sports. I mean, in favor of mouse sports, that is. And Queen of Pain died. Shadow Demon died. Basically everybody died. It was a 2 for 4 trade in the mid lane here in favor of mouse sports. The only downside is also for KP. The Bounty Hunter was not level 6 yet when that encounter started. Otherwise the trades would have been decent at least. But now it's just a lost fight for them. And the tier 1 tower also being very low on HP. So the next push that will bring it down for sure. As we have, of course, I mean, they didn't actually take anything in return for the fight apart from the tower HP, and of course the gold that it brings, but it's still a very good fight for mouse sports. And they used the Pada ultimate for that as well, first time it got used. Sentry ward being placed to counter the Sentry ward, but the Sentry ward is still in time to counter the ward that was up on the high ground, so that's at least that one. But it won't be countering a potential... Oh, does it not reach? It does. I was gonna say, it should be reaching. But yeah, it is not going to be a counter ward to counter the Bounty Hunter, who might be leaving his lane, because he is level 7 right now. He is getting free from Luna back on the bottom lane, or I say back, but he actually hasn't left. That was just 4 heroes from Mouseport in the mid lane coming to fight, with Black still farming for himself, and he actually got a hand of Midas to farm even faster. With the pushing that Mousesport's going to do though, the tier 1 tower is going to drop as well, so more gold for the entire team of Mouseport as they land a collab and an ice path on the Arman, who is forced to TP out of there. Telekinesis of Fada, they might be trying to get him down. Fate will still go through Shadow Strike as well, and that is a kill. Queen of Pain able to pick that one up. And that wouldn't have happened if Pass actually was level 6, because he needs 7 Crystal Air to spend coming up from the side. Ice Path going through, pops his War Cry, and that is the Eclipse being used, actually not doing that much, even though Shadow Demon still dies. Can Warrior get the kill? Yes, he can. It is still Alex that goes down. Now he has to back off. The tower hitting too hard. Pass out of mana. Impetus hitting a lot. Might actually kill off Warrior. And yes, it does. Kuroki with the kill. There you are. Indeed, tracks going off. One important thing to note, of course, I think the kill on the Jakiro was a track kill, but they lost Sven in return. That might not be worth it at all. It was the first time that he died. He's got his drums. He's got his power threads. But I mean, it's still your carry that you're losing right there. Of course, Luna was in that fight, of course, as well. She did manage to get 1 kill. She got the kill on the Shadow Demon. Actually, also went down, so 2 for 1 in a way. And I used her Eclipse for that. Might not be the best of her Eclipses, or at least damage-wise, but she did make sure that the rest of KP did not feel safe to go in, and that is something that is pretty important. So that's also, I guess, a good use of the Eclipse, as she's just continuously using her Hand of Midas and is on top of net worth. He is 400, now 500 gold ahead of the Sven, the secondary on that net worth list. And of course, Wall Eater, he just died, so he was doing fairly well before that, and he's gonna try to continue keeping up. He doesn't have a Hand of Midas though. It will put him at a slight disadvantage. But if you consider 2 towers going down on the side of KP, with only 1 tower going down on the side of Mousesports, that 200 gold difference that it now is, that's basically the difference of at least 1 tower. So in a way, it's fairly even still, as we have got 3 heroes on the bottom lane for KP. It looks like they are aiming to take down a tower to make those towers even again. At the same time, they run the risk of losing their own tier 1 tower, the last one standing on the top lane. Because there's going to be 4 heroes from Mousesports soon here, with also Kuroki coming in. The only one not there is, of course, Black, who is still farming. No surprise there. He's got his Ring of Aquila, he's got his Tranquil Boots, and he's now backing off, knowing that there's going to be too many people around here, and he doesn't want to die. So we'll wait until he can farm again. As in the meantime, tier 1 tower middle also getting killed off. God Strength being used for that. Fortification is still up for Mousesports if they want to use it. TP is gonna come in. They want to defend at least one of their towers. There's the split. Can they find someone? Invisibility on the Bounty Hunter. Shadow Demon trying to get himself away. Should be able to, unless there's gonna... Oh, TP out. Should be in time. No, the Skewers! And that is the Tornado, and that is gonna be the kill. Should be at least the kill. Disruption will at least slow them down slightly. In the meantime, tier 1 tower mid still went down. And it's going to be Bounty Hunter that is able to get away from this one because they don't have the dust. They have one sentry ward, but it's Tequila was too far away for that. They're going to continue pushing now. They have the reverse polarity. They're being surrounded by KP though, with the invisibility on the Queen of Pain as well, as we have telekinesis up on Fada. He just used his ultimate in the meantime. In the back, Eclipse being used. Luna being super low on HP. Sonic Wave will clear him out still though. Bounty Hunter still dropping at that as pass. Has used his reverse polarity, but still goes down. Now Fada, like I said, already used his ulti, but he's still taking a lot of damage. R&M is going to be able to get away, picks himself up a haste rune. Impetus is going to clear on Wall Eater. Kuroki coming in from the side, and now Koitfa in some trouble. Impetus, bam! Double kill for Kuroki. Star now on the run, should be able to get away, but from the side, here comes Queen of Pain again. Shadow Strike up on Kuroki. Shout there also, there's going to be another clap soon in 8 seconds. Can he get enough off in the meantime? There's still enough mana on Kuroki for more impetuses as Star's still hanging around there. Now Kuroki will be able to back off. Unless there's going to be more going off here. Collapse still goes down. Now he's out of mana. Still can use stick charges. Has 15 of those. But he might... Oh, he should have used his stick charges. Oh, that is a shame. That is a shame indeed. But maybe he realized he was going to die anyway, perhaps. But that is still going to be those picked off as Kuroki still managed to get the last hit up on the Enchantress. Of course, Arnhem going to be able to pick up the last hit on the Enchantress with the Shadow Strike, so was able to still kill him off, as everybody of Mousesports actually went down in that engagement. I have to say though, on KP also, almost everybody went down. Queen of Pain stayed alive, as well as the Shadow Demon, I believe, so that is going to be putting it back to 10 to 10. It is even. It is also even on towers. Well, actually, no, that's not true, because the tier 1 tower still went down, so still 1 tower in favor of Mousesports. A gold graph, though, that doesn't show that. It's only 500 gold, which is basically nothing, not even a tower. Experience graph slightly in favor of KP, because they took the later kills, so later kills give more experience. So that is going to be, that's going to be, I mean, still even. I will say, I will call it, it is even. KP and Mousesports for GosuLeague Season 5, Division 1. Of course, it's a game that is... in my opinion, is going to be probably the 3rd place decider. Of course, that time will tell. Both of these teams still have a chance to reach above Na'Vi and Empire, who are above them on the rankings right now. But not 100% sure as Luna gonna be getting a soul catcher up on him and taking a lot of damage here. Will be going down. Disruption is gonna help keep Star alive for now. Alex still wants him though. Alex might be paying for that, and he will indeed. Star able to stay alive. Double kill going the way of the Bounty Hunter, and of course with that at least 1 track kill. So more gold going the way of KP. So great player by KP, at least with the bottom lane, with the opening that it gives on the map. Actually getting a bit of an advantage out of the overextension for Mousesports, because if they want to push a tower, which, I mean, they have the Luna, they can push a tower, but if they do, they're going to be reaching very far into enemy territory, and KP is making them pay for that. As we see Magnus, he's actually going to build towards the mechanism, so going to be going for a fairly supportish role. Of course, he was that also from the start, and he's basically there for his ultimate in a way. So that is going to be him going for mechanism, as he has got the buckler now complete as well if he wants to. As we have got an Ogre Clubs being built by Kuroki. So this is interesting. Does he want to go? Yeah, he does want to go for an Aghanim Scepter. So that's going to be Kuroki. He has been able to pick up a couple of kills. He's got 3 out of the 10 so far, and he's been in 5 kills in total. His impetuses do a lot of damage, of course. Also, it's pure damage, so also goes through the BKB. If I'm correct, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be wrong on that one. But it is a lot of damage, and it is very potent, as we already saw it working wonders against this Sven. Sven, who's got 3600 HP. He wishes. No, he's got 3700 right now, gold. And he is probably going to be going for a BKB, after which he might still make a Mask of Madness, depending on what his item of choice is going to be. As we have got counter wards being done there by Mousesports. They want to be able to push the tower again. There's going to be 5 heroes here. Their Soul Catcher lands on their creep again. Black getting a track up on him, and now they will also see with that track, everybody apart from Fada, who's invisible here, has got the blink, has got all the mana, has got the cleanse, has got the ultimate, so there he goes. Collapse, split, and now KP has to get away. Curry on the interval of that gets away as well. Tsar gonna get stunned up, Iceland going through as well, and he will be dropping now. It is gonna be Sven up in a tornado. Necropyre lands, and that's the BKB just purchased, lands a stun, but that is a reverse polarity. 1 hit, 2 hit. Can Wall Entertainers around as Magnus still goes down. 2 for 2 right now. 2 supports for 2 supports. And it will be, well, semi-supports if you count the Magnus as supports. It will be Warrior that's going to try to land a stun still. Kuroki, he needs vision though. Needs vision and speed. Has got the speed. There's the track. And that is going to be the long range stun. Still hits. No smoke going to help you now. Kuroki, 1 hit, 2 hit. Going to try to do what he can, but not going to be enough anymore. And that's a track kill. We're going the way of KP again. And that is going to be 3-4-2 in favor of KP. And the extra point about this is a track kill. We're going the way of KP again. And that is going to be 3-4-2 in favor of KP. And the extra point about this is, of course, if you're trading kills and you have a bounty hunter on your side, the bounty hunter side will be victorious. So that is gonna be KP getting, again, a successful battle on the bottom lane. Mousesports did not want to leave that tower alone. They wanted to get him. And the main thing is, of course, still, they used 5 heroes to do that. And of course KP came around with 5 heroes as well. But they had some extra time farming because they came in late. Sven actually had the TP to get there. And he has got his BKB. He's already got 1300 gold again. He's been doing great. He's actually been involved in 8 out of the 15 kills, which is quite surprising for a warrior that's been basically farming the entire game. Also, wait a second. 2 seconds. There we go. Just had to be said. But we're going to see the buckler on Magnus now indeed. So he's only 200 gold away from that mechanism. That will help a lot because they need that in those fights. The burst damage coming out from KP with that Sven stun actually, and the sonic waves. It's so much, and I like this build up for the Queen of Pain. So it is it is gonna be a Orchid of Malevolence, and that is gonna mean, I mean, there's so many heroes that she can use that on.
Double damage.
Either Magnus, who doesn't have a blink, doesn't have the gold for a blink to begin with, and you can at least silence him before he uses his reverse polarity, so you can see him walking in, silence him up and kill him off, because he's also not that tanky yet. So that is a good hero to silence. On the other side you have got a Luna with the Eclipse. You can also silence her up, and then she's basically, apart from the right click damage, of course, she's basically useless until she gets a bit more farm. But talking about farm, she does have quite a bit. She picked up an Ogre Club. It's gonna go for BKB, of course, as well. At least not being able to get stunned anymore by that Sven, because that is just too painful. And if we look at net worth, she is still second highest, but it's the Sven now that is winning that last hit battle, last hit battle, just farming battle, I would say. And now also, well, I guess there's something in the courier for Black, as he just dropped down by quite a bit, but that's gonna be his BKB ready. Yes, it is. So, also important to note, she is actually behind the Sven on farm, even including having a Hand of Midas, and that is going to be something that, I mean, she should be ahead if you look at all the facts, like with the Hand of Midas, with being a tower ahead, but still not being able to be ahead. And also Midas gives more experience, so then at least you would expect your Luna to be having more experience, but no, she is 2 levels behind the Sven, so she is not doing as well. But it's still going to be dependent on how those ultimates are going to come off, because I can't say everything right now and, you know, just talk about how KP is getting ahead and stuff, and how Mousesport's carry is not being not being on par just yet with the Sven right now. But this guy, we have seen it happen. If he's not getting silenced, if he does get a good reality rift off, that could turn the entire game around. Magnus is just one of those heroes that can just do that. He doesn't need farm. Well, he wants farm, but he doesn't really need farm. He doesn't really need anything. All he needs to do is time his spells, and that reverse polarity will just make sure that everything gets shut down for such a long time that Luna's bouncing blades will be able to pick everything up, and the Macropyre on top of that. The teamfight potential for Mousesports is just insanely high. If you compare that to KP, their teamfight, it consists of the Rubik, able to steal spells, basically. So he has to steal teamfight spells. Fate Bolt can be considered a teamfight spell. It's actually quite decent. Also against Luna, reducing her attack a bit. But so Rubik. Sven Stun can be considered a teamfight spell, but then again, it's lucky if it hits more than 2 targets. And a Sonic Wave. But it cannot be compared to the reverse polarity. Shockwave going through here, and Mousesports, again, 5 people bottom lane. Let's see if they're going to be more successful than they were the previous time. TPs are going to come in. Queen of Pain here as well. The only one missing so far is the Sven. Tracks going off left and right. Will mouzsports continue going, or will they try to bait something out? Of course, there's the ward here from the Radiant side, sorry, Dire side rather, that sees everything that mouzsports is doing, and so they also see the Luna TPing out of there, so that is gonna be them continuing back to fighting, farming rather, just knowing that, okay, you know what, we forced out a TP, but we're not gonna try this again. This is not a good position for us to be in. They see us coming, and we don't want to be in that place, so they back off. As we see, actually KP, I mean, they decided, well, you know what, we went here, we TP'd to bottom lane, let's at least get something in return, and it looks like they will be getting at least the last tier 1 tower standing on the map, and that will be the tier 1 tower for mouzsports going down. More gold going the way of KP, who is now getting ahead on the gold for sure, with over 3,000 gold, and this is not in the tower just yet, so it will be even more. Experience graph also in their favor, of course, with that last fight. It was just in KP's favor. I have to say, though, with 20 minutes in, one team fight can just drop this back up. Same thing goes for the gold. It is just gonna be if mouzsports can get the team fight up. At the same time, of course, KP, they are well aware that one team fight can change their game. So we're gonna see them trying to take it easy and making sure that they're not forcing anything and not giving mouzsports any opportunity to try and go for their team fight potential. Even though mouzsports, again, having 5 heroes in this middle lane, they want that team fight. And we have a drawing on the minimap from RMM who shows like, okay, they're here, and he is exactly right. They are indeed here, and they want that team fight. It's so obvious that they want that team fight. Let's see if KP finds it obvious as well. I mean, they can just try to defend their towers and continue their Sven to farm, because as long as Sven farming, KP is going to be happy. They don't really worry that much about late game probably. I mean, the reverse polarity is going to be there anyway. The question just for them is to survive long enough, to survive that encounter, to survive all the burst damage that can come off from mouzsports with that team fight, and then trying to kill everybody off afterwards. Of course, that's going to be their intended battle plan. But if it's going to be allowed, that's the question. Blink away from our men, as mouzsports saw that and as the chance for them to do something, but nope. The blink away kind of ruined it for them. As we look at the map control for KP, I mean, they... well, it's just been a bit lessened because the central ward went away, but if you look at the map control for KP, they have got, of course, the ward on the bottom lane that helped them save that tier 2 tower bottom. Even though it just disappeared, we have got a ward right here, so they just saw all the movement from mouzsports already. Mouzsports being, well, a new ward being placed up here, or it looks like a new one, but no, it's not. But yeah, they are, really? So we just saw them counterward and counterward and counterward. But yeah, the map control for KP is really good, and they're making the best use of that, making sure that they know where mouzsports is all the time, and not because they want to try and kill them off, but because they want to make sure they're not going to get caught in a team fight that they don't want to be taking. As we see, Barber actually going to throw out some harassment up on Fada with the track, and now the blink away from Fada. Too risky. Doesn't want to be forced to use his ultimate, as Kuroki almost got his Aghanim's complete, so we'll see that one shortly. As I'll just go over the items a bit more because I haven't really done that just yet. Jakiro picked up the Sage's Mask, so we'll be able to go for a well, what is he going to go for? Maybe he's going to go still for an urn. Would be a decent item. I mean, basically every team should have at least one urn. So there's my way of pointing at it. Ice Fat, our man, trouble, going down or not. Blink away with the haste, and it's going to be enough in the disruption, helping to save his life. Puss coming in there though, Shockwave going through, Skewer away on Tsar. Tsar getting picked up still by the Impetus, but rather having a support Shadow Demon going down than the Queen of Pain, who is has his Orchid, of course. So great play coming off from Tsar there, at least saving his semi-carry. But now mouzsports, they realize they're at an advantage. They have got a number advantage, that is. So let's see if they're going to be able to get this tier tower. Now track going off here. Dual breath as well. They want to take this tower. Here comes the TP in. Stun coming in from the Spendo. There's the Ghost Rank. BKB pass. He's going to go down before the fight even starts. And there goes the Eclipse, but it doesn't do anything anymore. BKB up on the Bounty Hunter. But it is Void, and that is just killing everything. Ultra kill for him. And the only one left alive is Alex on the Sekiro. And that is why Magnus normally wants to have a blink there. Oh, they might be able to kill this one off again, or not. No, the stun, not gonna happen. No more stun. It did get casted, but not gonna happen anymore. Whoa, Eater, beast mode. He's got his Crystallis, he's got his Mask of Madness, and he just saw. We just saw why Sven has had such a prominent role in the game, in a lot of the games so far. And we also saw why Magnus normally has got some farm up on him, why a lot of people favor him in that mid lane, because he can have such a big impact if you have him with a blink dagger. But right now, I mean, he's just too squishy. He used his mechanism still before he died, but he just went down too fast, and he couldn't find a good position for that reverse polarity. As KP might be taking this advantage to go to Roshan and kill him off, as they took the tier 2 tower, and indeed it's going to be Roshan. But at the same time, Mousesports has got the reverse polarity still off, and the Roshan is actually going to be a positioning for KP that is not favorable for them if there's going to be a Magnus trying to get off a reverse polarity. But are they going to try to go for it? If they are, KP will know it, because they're, like I said, their map control is just, it is there, it is not lacking anything, it is just gonna be there. There's even a ward up on there. There's 4 wards on the map. They have got it covered, and Roshan indeed goes down, and it is of course Sven that picks up the Aegis. So if he wasn't dangerous before, he's gonna be dangerous at least now, because he can stay alive twice, or he can die twice before he's actually dead. And I guess then if he does die twice, he's hoping that he's gonna have buyback money still. We got of course Dell is now completed, and he still has 1900 gold. I mean, that net worth just spiking up there with Black. I mean, he's trying to keep up. He's building for a meta style, but is he gonna be able to do it? Is he gonna be able to outfarm that Sven? It is gonna be very difficult to do so, especially if Mouz is not gonna be able to get any good yellow turrets off, because yellow turrets are so needed in these fights. We see the potential for Mouz in the heroes, but we haven't seen it yet in their team fight. But I will say it again, I mean, one good team fight could turn everything around. Everything, indeed, as we have 10k gold in favor of KP right now, with 14k experience in favor of KP. And for people saying that losing to KP is a shame, that is so not true. KP was actually number 2 in GosuLeague last season, winning from everybody, including Mouz, and having to actually be tied with Na'Vi, and then losing to them in the best out of 3 to determine who was going to be taking home that first place. But KP is a really good team, and they have been proving themselves again and again. So definitely not a team that you should be underestimating at all, because they're just that strong of a team, even after losing some of their heroes. Because I do believe... Oh no, that was a different play. No, never mind. Wrong one. Wrong team. I'm fine. Brace yourself on the Shadow Demon. And look at this, the Queen of Pain going for BKB also. I mean, yeah, reverse polarity will be going through BKB, but from the looks of it, they're not that worried about it. And the main thing is also, I mean, yes, Mousesports has that reverse polarity, but the real power comes from the reverse polarity, and then the disable, and then the macro pyre damage, and the ice path damage, and the collapse damage that might be there. But if you're having a BKB, yes, you'll be putting the reverse polarity stun, but you won't be getting damage from that macro pyre, so you will be not getting as much burst damage as you otherwise would have. So it's still a good one to have, as Brewmaster just linked into this one, might be forced to use it. No, he's silenced. He can't use it. Mechanism being used. There goes a split. Blink away from Queen of Pain. Now Bounty Hunter gonna go invisible, and it was a reverse polarity being used there as well, but no kill resulting off of that, as Queen of Pain tries to get himself away. Might be still a tornado going up. Yes, there it is. But is there going to be people helping out the Queen of Pain? I doubt it, unless he is going to be nah, he's going to be fine. The rotation came from Mouz a bit too late, so Queen of Pain will be fine. And they baited out 2 important spells. That was basically the team fight of Mousesports, because the reverse polarity was used,
Radiant's top tower,
the Brewmaster ulti was used, but they didn't get any kills off the back of that one, and that is just pretty painful. And of course also the silence, able to make sure that the Brewmaster couldn't split for a long time. Mechanism actually helping them to stay alive at least. Oh, now Armin getting a clap, can't still blink away though. Drunken Brawler, Drunken Haze rather, doing a lot of slow here. The Shockwave will pick him off, so that is still a kill from Past. Getting some more damage up on him right now, as he does have his Blink Dagger ready. Ice Path gonna let on Tar. Tar clap. Disruption helping out. Here comes also Barbara from the side. Skewered onto the low ground for him though. Macro Power going through as well. Impetus for Tar. He is gonna try to stay alive for now. He's using his stick charges, able to stay alive at least for a little while longer. Bounty Hunter is gonna try to go for Kuroki. He only needs one more hit and gets the kill. It's the Shadow Demon actually gets it with the Shadow Poison going through. As we have Sven in the meantime from the back. He just came in there and just decided to get a triple kill, with only Fast being left alive there. Shockwave still kills off Tar on the Shadow Demon, but it looks like Warrior is not gonna get it anymore. The blink away from Magnus was too fast, but that is also... Mousesports was winning that fight. They were doing very good in that fight, and then Warrior came from the side and just picked up every body that was low. Really? I didn't think they would be fast enough to catch up with that one, but hey, they were. And a track kill, and a team wipe in favor of KP. So it is a Sven that is pulling ahead. He's got 7,000 gold almost. 6,700 gold. That is just quite insane. He's now bashing on the tower fortification. It's already gone, and he's just a one-man army right now. I mean, Bounty Hunter, he's just standing around here because he can. Lands a track to get some extra vision. They get the tier 3 and they back off. I think Sven is gonna farm. Just a thought, but you know. Yeah, there's apart from the first polarity, there's nothing that they can do against that Sven when he has his BKB on, and it's gonna be very difficult. And even then, so like when he doesn't have his BKB on, there is gonna be an ice path, but that is it. Unless you count the stun from the Brewmaster ult, but he usually uses it on the Queen on. There is gonna be an ice path, but that is it. Unless you count the stun from the Brewmaster ult, but he usually uses it on the Queen of Pain, or he splits before, but it's not that much disabled. They kind of need a sheep stick also, or something like that, to make sure that he cannot do anything when he does not have a BKB, basically. But they don't really have someone that can farm for that sheep stick. Maybe the Enchantress is gonna do it, but she kind of doesn't have anything. She does, of course, have the Aghanim Scepter, but Kuroki, his farm is less than optimal, to say that, because his farm is actually on par with that of the support Rubik, who is going for a 4-star, who has the mechanism for his team, for KP. In the meantime, it is a BKB indeed completed up on the Queen of Pain. 1,200 gold to add to that one, as looks like ooh, he bought something. A heart, just straight off, just because he can. Well, either has a heart complete, and we'll probably swap it for the Aegis, who just ran out, just ran out. That's 6 minutes gone. That is indeed what it was. We're going to have also a couple of Ancients stacked. So that's going to be Wallider getting some extra gold. Because he also still have buyback. I mean, he's doing really well for himself. If that wasn't clear just yet, as we have Mousesports might be trying to smoke up as they are grouping up in the middle. We only have got the Magnus that's not there. Magnus is of course trying to continue his farm. Yes, he has got a Blink Dagger, but maybe he wants to go for a Refresher still. Maybe for a BKB, would not be bad either way. Or just some survivability would be good regardless, as we have got Mouse still middle lane. Let's see, do they want to do something? Now also Magnus coming towards this middle lane. The smoke is up on Kuroki, so he might just use it soon to try and do something. Leading the charge, but no. Gonna be going by himself, doesn't need his team. So we have also KP a bit waiting around. I mean, the last couple of fights that they have taken have mostly been Mousesports trying to force out fights, and that's been fine for KP. I mean, they can just take the fights when they come to them, and in the meantime just continue to farm. But we're coming around that time when Mousesports is gonna be very careful as well, and they're gonna try to wait around to see if KP starts the fight, because if they do, then they might be able to spot a mistake from KP and actually from the positioning from KP and actually capitalize on that one and not use the reverse polarity on a single hero or something like that. But it is gonna be interesting to see what is gonna happen in this game, because it is, I mean, like it or not, even with 20k in favor of KP and that Sven just totally out of control, it could still turn around with that nice. With that reverse polarity. The smoke just got failed by the Bounty Hunter coming in too close. We'll land the track up on everybody. The track is also up on Fada, who just walks around. This is interesting though, like they see Fada, they see that he has an invisibility rune, but they don't see the heroes around him because they are smoked up. So they could have actually tried to bait something up, but it's too risky, as we also have seriously 2 invisibility runes active at the same time. That is interesting. Brewmaster should have been activating invisibility runes. Yes, interesting indeed. But yeah, they both didn't want to go in. Didn't want to go in when it's not in their favor, so they're gonna both back off, or at least maybe we're gonna see KP trying to go in on the bottom lane, trying to at least take down the last tier 2 tower. Well, it's not gonna be that hard of a chore because it's only got 132 HP left. But hey, maybe they can take something off the back of that. If someone comes in to defend, maybe it's gonna be regretting that. The smoke goes off for KP, of course, score as well. And we now see everybody of mouse sports going towards the bottom lane. They're gonna try to maybe get a team fight going there. Magnus gonna keep an eye on him because he's gonna be the one that's gonna be trying to get that fight going. That's reverse polarity up on 2. Shockwave going through as well. Tar already getting picked up. Now BKBs are active. Koifa goes down as well. But there's already 3 heroes dead, and it can be more. And that is Voider also still picking up the Magnus. And the only one left alive is a Brewmaster who actually split. And this is his last panda alive. And that is, I mean, they got a reverse polarity up on 2 heroes. And yes, the supports died. I mean, Shadow Demon as well as Rubik died fairly fast today, standing in the Macropire. But the rest, I mean, this fight just went so fast. And KP, I mean, his health didn't even drop. And he's got an Assault Cuirass now as well. He's got 3,300 gold on top of that one. And the barracks are getting taken down by, as if they're like nothing, as if they're just trees or something like that. I don't know the English saying for that. Oh well. But it is a toothpick. Is that an English thing? Dropping like toothpicks? But yeah, that's gonna be a complete Raxicalur as it's GG being called. KP will take game number 1. We will see a game number 2 though. We will see a game number 2 indeed, and that is gonna be going straight after this one, so don't go anywhere because it should be a really interesting match as we have got a pause. Queen of Pain wanted to disconnect before she actually died. But yeah, GG called, so Ruby KP getting 1 point. As I said, it is a best out of 2. It's a league system, everybody faced each other twice for 8 teams that are participating in Division 1. Really? Oh, he died. But we're gonna have to wait until everybody either disconnects. Yeah, we have got mouse all disconnecting, so we will have the end screen fairly soon. But yeah, it is everybody faced each other twice, 8 teams participating, and well, at the end of the season, the team with the most points wins, and you get points for each win that you get. So in your encounter, you can have like 2 points, 1 point, or 0 point. So 1 point now going for KP with 1 point still up for grabs for either team, and we're gonna find out who's gonna be that. So come on, end screen, hurry up already. And there we go. Finally. So stick around for another game of KP versus Mouse Sports. Should be here shortly.